a sample back there behind me. These will end up getting filled with epoxy resin, just epoxy, stones, LED lights, all kinds of good stuff. We're gonna work on grooving this one out. I was working on one the other day. I got that one pretty much wrapped up. Got a small little pocket here though. I'm gonna finish this up, then we're gonna get going on this piece. We'll be using the die grinders, but we'll be using this nifty attachment today as well. I'll have this linked through that shopping tab if anybody wants to get one of these guys. This one is affordable. There's another brand that has these and they are super expensive. That's a little bigger though. It's not dual like the other brand, but that one's affordable. So anyway, I'm gonna start working on this thing. What's going on? What's going on? What's up, Dad, baby kisses? I'm working on custom stairs. Custom stairs. Got to remove all this material and carve it out. These are going to be some 15 steps to do for a customer. They got a tree with a spiral staircase. These are the stairs, about 5-inch thick pine. And so, I'll show you the sample that I got. Made up one of them. I made up 2 different samples. This is basically what we'll be doing eventually. So, all epoxy, stones. They have some other things that we'll put in here and there throughout the steps. This is a very exaggerated waterfall effect here. Theirs is going to be about 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches in length for the waterfall, just due to step clearance. But I did an exaggerated one with colors, like you kind of see different colors. Each stair, as long as they work right, will have LEDs that light up the stones or whatever we put in the stairs. And so I have a lot of carving to do. A lot of carving to do for these. I have 15 of them. Currently I have 2 of them carved up. So we still have 13 to go. Right now I have step 3 and 4 out here. So that's what I'm working on. I'm hoping by the end of Sunday I'd have 3, 4, and 5 done, so I can do a seal coat of epoxy on those. I have to, when I carve these, I have to carve a lip. So we'll carve out this whole area where the stones will go. And I have to carve out a a lip in here and run a tube so the LEDs can go in. We have to be able to remove those in case they ever, you know, blow and don't work and need to be replaced. So I've got this tubing. We'll seal the end of it with that. We'll seal an end with a plug. The tubing will run through that groove and then pick out the back. So on the back, I have to router it out. I have to create a plate and all that kind of stuff. So the tubing will kick into that area. Wiring gets fished in. Wiring gets all of its mumbo jumbo beneath the plate, and then we have one clean wire come out from the back side of the step, and that'll connect up to the next stair, and so on and so forth. That way there, the LEDs will all be connected. One or two power banks, it just kind of depends. It's a pretty big job though. I will also be carving live in Saratoga Springs, New York this month, March, I believe 25th and 26th, or no, 28th and 29th. It's Saturday and Sunday, the end of the month, Saturday and Sunday, Saratoga Springs, New York, and at the Saratoga Springs City Center. The event is called the Northeastern Woodworker Show, or Northeastern Woodworker Showcase. You can look that up on Google. Look up the showcase for 2025, and you'll get times, the exact dates, and the cover charge. I'll be there carving live with battery saws and power tools, and I'll be selling items as well. But yeah, this is a big job for me. A lot of carving. I actually got this before Christmas. Had some other things going on, kind of hindered me from, you know, really getting after it, plus the cold weather and stuff. All the cracks, these are nice and dry. All the cracks were filled. All the cracks have been filled with epoxy, even the small cracks with a black epoxy that the customer wanted. Some of them have very exaggerated cracks in the wood, some don't. But yeah, lots of work, lots of work. Appreciate y'all being here though. Thanks for stopping in, tap that screen, just hanging out, chit chatting while I carve this stuff. Gotta finish up this little pond or pocket over here, and then we have a chainsaw attachment we're gonna use. I'll show you guys. I have it tagged right in the store if you want to pick one up. Right here through the live. We are gonna use this gouge here in just a minute. Pretty handy tool, and this one is really affordable. So there's another company, it's like Harry Kane or Eagle something. They're like $700. They're smaller, they're dual, they're extremely expensive. And this one though, you can get for like less than $100. So pretty cool. Will the epoxy get scuffed up being walked on? Well, I use a deep pour epoxy for clarity and for the deep stuff, and then we will use probably 3 coats of a bar top epoxy. Now the customer understands if they're walking in and out of the house with shoes, the dogs, that kind of stuff, potentially over the years, yeah, it's going to get scuffed up, but it's not a horrible fix. It's really not. I don't show you guys because I've done videos and stuff and I've shared things, and they really rarely get seen, but I've been working with epoxy for quite a few years now, and if it gets scuffed up or things like that, you can actually oh yeah, I have more tools than I should probably. It's wet sanding and buffing, so you can wet sand and buff it out, and if it's too far gone, you can always put a light pour, sand it up, and then put a light pour over top to resurface it. But usually some elbow grease, wet sanding, and a buffing tool like you use on the car, you know, an electronic buffer, and wax compounds and things like that. You'll be able to bring it right back. It takes a lot of elbow grease. It takes a lot of elbow grease. quite like almost breaking your finger while you're live, right? That's a good time. Got the old death wobble. Smashed my hand in there. Ha! Chilly, yeah. Where you guys at? And what's the temp? I know we always comment that, but it helps drive. I'm in upstate New York. I don't know what I did with my thermometer. That thing's acting up anyway. I don't know where I put it there. It says I'm almost 60 out here today. Yeah. What's up, buddy? Yeah, I kind of told you where not to go earlier, right? Okay. You got your phone on you? All right, be safe. All right, dude. Phone charger ain't plugged in. Realize my phone's gonna die. There you go. Now she's charging. What's up, Bear? Working on these stairs again. Going on, guys? We got 29 watching, so I'll show you what my end products are going to be. Spiral staircase. Got 15 of these to carve. This is just a sample product, so this ain't even the whole thing. This is probably about, I don't even know, 25, 30 pounds, and this is a third the size of the other ones for the whole stairs. So, real stones, cast in epoxy. It's gonna look like a river running down a spiral staircase in this gigantic, beautiful camp here in the Adirondacks. The plan here for the big ones is going to be, this has it too, but I pulled them out. LEDs will run around on the inside and it'll light the stones up. Now, we talked about carving trout for some of the stairs. He's got some little, family memento sort of things, memorabilia stuff that he wants to incorporate in some of the stairs as we get going. But I'm trying to get them all carved. We started this project before Christmas, but just dealing with cold weather and this stuff is not very fun. I will show all of it once it's complete. You guys, just for anybody that's not, be sure to hit subscribe so you guys can see these stairs and the staircase once it's all done. And I'll be giving updates here in lives. And I'll give updates once we start pouring epoxy and things like that, so you guys can kind of see how it goes. I'd hoped to be farther along, but just the cold weather's no fun, and you guys know we'll chainsaw carve in cold weather. But most of these, they've been in the camp, they've been dry, they got big giant cracks down them, and so the cracks have been filled with epoxy. And I was kind of nervous about bringing them out here in the teens and 20s and even 30s to start carving on them and have that wood shrink around that epoxy and then crack and pop in a different place. So just kind of trying to wait for a little bit nicer weather to bring them out and start carving on them. So we just jumped from 29 to like almost 60 people watching. These are the end products, what I'm hoping to go for. Behind me, what I was just pointing at and talking about are bigger stairs for a 15 stair spiral staircase that I'm working on. This here is the sample, one of the samples for the customers. We got real stones. It's probably about 30 pounds for this little guy. You got stones cast deep in the epoxy there. The idea is he'll have a creek running down this spiral staircase in their camp. Great big massive camp in Lake Placid. So it's gonna be really cool though. We'll have LEDs that run inside the perimeter, making the rocks glow at night or whatever else the customer decides to cast in the actual stairs. You can see here's the stairs behind me. Here's my sample, and this is one of the full steps. Thanks, appreciate it. So we're gonna fire up the chainsaw and use the attachment I've got. If you guys want one of these attachments, I got them linked in the store along with channel merch. I have available chainsaw carvings in the store tab. you check out that shopping tab. You know, give me a like. Feel free to leave a comment where you're from, what's the temperature before you go. Check out my shopping bag or shopping tab. It's either here on the phone or it's in those 3 dots somewhere. But we have carvings that are ready to ship out. We've got merch for the channel. And this attachment I just found in there. I've had this for a little while. This works pretty well though. I didn't start this saw yet today though, so cold start it is. Not bad, not bad. I think I'll throw some pretty beefy chunks once in a while. And yeah, feels awesome smashing on the back of your hand. 80 watching. 80 watching here. I'll show you guys a sample piece of what I'm working on. Be sure to hit subscribe. We'll be posting videos of this big project for a customer once done. These are going to be custom stairs. I got a tree from the basement floor up to the first floor. I should say from the bar or the gaming room up to their first floor. A tree runs up through with a spiral staircase. This is one of the sample treads. They're about 5 inches thick. Pine probably weighs about 30 pounds right now. Bunch of stones in this one. LEDs that run the perimeter, all cast in epoxy. But I got to get these all carved up. Never sure how these lives are going to go when we're not carving bears and whatnot. If you're here, double tap that screen. Help this live reach more people. Feel free to comment where you're from. What's the temperature? I'm in upstate New York, about 60 degrees today. I have available chainsaw art in the shopping bag, along with channel merch and the tools and things like that. If you want to get something, help support the work that I do. it's one of these gouges. I got these tagged in that shopping bag below, right? I got it on an MS 170. If it's the same kit, mine came with the sprocket, clutch for it, for the belt drive, all right? I actually got mine years ago. Now they're everywhere, like on Walmart and all that.com. And this just popped up now on Walmart, but I got mine off Etsy years ago, and they actually shipped it to me from Russia. That's where it was coming from, Russia. It was kind of, I thought that was kind of neat, but I had this thing for, I don't know, probably 8 years now, I guess. Running this tool is not for the faint of heart, though. As you guys can see, you're fighting it. This thing really wants to take a bite. So if you're not, you don't have good upper arm strength, it might not be the best option for you. That's just out of 170. You put that on a 250 too, with a lot more power if you want it. Decent little gouge though. Less than $100. They got some other brands on there. They're like $700. It's ridiculous. sawdust down my shirt. And today it's driving me nuts. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Double tap that screen. Working on custom stairs. Good morning, White Elk. Working on custom stairs. I have 15 steps for a spiral staircase to carve out and fill with epoxy and stones and other stuff that the customer wants in there. This is one of the samples I made for him. This is about 30 pounds and about the third of the size of the one standing up. These will be steps in a camp high up in the Adirondacks. Be pretty neat. Each stair will waterfall down into the next one, and each stair will have LEDs concealed under the edges to light the rocks up in the flow of the water. That's what I'm doing now. Carving them out. Want to be able to see the final product of the final staircase? Well, be sure to hit subscribe. Good workout. It's a good forearm day, chest day, I'll tell you what. That's for sure. Still got a lot of work to do. Got to use the die grinder and stuff, but we're going to grab the next one. Get it roughed out. This time, I'm going to rough out with the bar. Do something a little different here. A little different than that one. I got to make my edge line first. Well, I think I've had about enough of this hoodie. Plus, I feel like it's putting more sawdust on my neck than I would like. Yeah. Running this gouge like this is a serious
arm and upper body workout. Like, legit. That thing, the way it grips, tears wood out of there. You're fighting it the whole time to do what you want. And then it still tells you what you lost. Alright, my shirt is full of chunky shadows, so we're gonna take the smaller saws on this one with the smaller bars, and we'll get back to the gouge in a minute. But if anybody needs one of those gouges I was just using, I got it linked right here. It's a pretty good deal, less than $100 for that. But now we're gonna take, anyway, we're gonna use the other saws, the carving bars. We're gonna get in, we're gonna kind of follow this line. So by going around and making this line, give me about 3/4 of an inch from the edge, it starts to slope down like the edge of a bank. Remember, we're making stairs that look like a creek or a river. And we're gonna go around, start cutting in. And we'll make a bunch of straight cuts down and across. And we'll come in sideways and hopefully pop them all out without making too much crazy damage to anything else. It's always good to have plans, but it's always good to know that they don't always go 100%. Hope you're all having a great day. Appreciate everybody swinging by. We got 12 thumbs up, 25 watching. I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, so I've done coffee tables. I've done, not with carvings in them though. I've done, well, what I'll normally do is use epoxy, and like I did epoxy and burl wood, and cast that in a big oval piece. It's on here, the video. And use that as the top. I put a root base under it, and then carved up a bunch of trout and mounted them underneath. Yeah, your Neotech 12-inch. Yep, we'll be running that here in just a minute. I gotta make a video on this here, so. Dust it off. Oh, we only got a little bit left too, because guess we never went filled up yesterday. You didn't say me, and you guessed wrong, because I forgot to get gas yesterday. So we will do what we can, and then I'll have to go get gas. But got 15 of these stairs to do. This is what we'll be going live on, working quite a bit, probably boring to some, not so much to others. It's just the work at hand. But I'll be carving live in Saratoga Springs in New York at the Saratoga City Center at the end of this month, March 28th through 29th, 2025. For anybody who wants to come out, we'll be carving live with the battery saws and power tools. I'll also be selling pieces. We'll have bears and owls and whatever the heck else I can get done. And if that's too far of a drive, you can check out the shopping tab that I've got right here, the shopping bag. I got carvings ready to ship, ready to go. I believe if you click on one and you follow it to the Shopify store, you can see everything I've got available. A bunch of different little stuff. As of right now, we haven't had one Shopify sale. Of course, Shopify doesn't care. They charge me every month, but hopefully this year it'll pay off. I think right now we got well over 1,000 invested in the store between paying somebody to set it up and their monthly fees and whatnot. So if it doesn't generate and make money by the end of the year, this year, 2025, I'm probably just going to delete it, because there's no point throwing money at something that's not making you any money. That would be a waste of money, right? chainsaw music. Woo. Heck yeah, thanks, Johnny. Appreciate that, man. The camp that this is in is massive. Place is gorgeous. The owner has really, really awesome ideas, and so he's been building it for several years. Like, the frame's up, you can go inside, there's a huge fireplace. It's not even done and it's already beautiful, you know? Great big logs inside that hold the place up. These great big hand-hewn beams that stretch across up in the rafters. Huge high cathedral ceiling for the living room. It's going to be absolutely stunning when it's complete, and it's on its way there. So I'm honored to be able to do this work. I didn't design the staircase. Someone else already had built it, installed it, and I am commissioned to turn these stairs into, well, a really awesome art piece, you know. So the goal is, I know a lot of you have already heard, but in case we have new viewers, to create a flowing creek or river down this spiral staircase that wraps around a tree trunk. So to go from their first floor down to a bar or hangout room, man cave, that sort of thing. So it's going to be a really awesome job, and like he has said to me, you know, it's not so much not having ideas, it's finding the right people to do them. And so, like I said, really honored that he said, you know what, man, I see your work. I've talked, actually, a store that's local to this camp sells my high-end furniture. They're a very high-end store. They sell very high-end furniture. And he was asking about, you know, who does the epoxy tables, and I had some epoxy tables in there, and they said I do. And he had said, you know, do you think he'd be interested in helping me with a staircase? And so they, you know, gave him my number and my info, and here we are, you know. But yeah, it's a pretty big job. It's a little stressful, you know, to think about it, to think about, you know, what's going to go into it. I think my biggest stress, honestly, on this whole job is getting the LEDs set up the way I want them set up and having them function correctly. Just buying LED light strips, right, in the roll. But the thing is I want to be able to cut them and put them together. They make some awesome connectors these days. You just clip them on, you're good to go. But the thing is as we carve this, we're going to get out the gouge in a minute. We're going to start smoothing this out, get rid of these overcut lines, start kind of cupping this out more. And then we'll put a lip all the way around so the LEDs go in a tube that we glue in once we're at that point and fish the LEDs in, so they'll be under the edge, blowing into the stones and carvings and whatever we decide to put in each stair. But then I have to figure out, you know, where that wiring is going to go from there, right? So the LEDs will end here. It'll probably be one LED and another piece and come here and it'll kick out here. So that means this has to get routed out in the back with a plate that covers it, so the wires can come up here, and then they'll come up to the next stair, be wired up. But it's trying to find the right plugs. I mean, I could do that little bit of wiring and stuff. These things take like 3 volts. They're barely any juice to this stuff. There's no heat. It's finding the right plugs online though. So these wires stick out of here, and I have wires from the one on top, but I want to be able to just plug and play. So I want to feed all the lights at home and be able to show up for the install when we're all done. Put the stair in, put the next stair in, plug them together. Put a stair in, plug, plug, plug. And just do that all the way up to the power box. And then they're just going to plug into an outlet. They won't get hardwired in. So I'm going to have him put in like, a GFI outlet or whatever, one of those outlets with a breaker in it, just to be safe. And yeah, his electrician will wire all that stuff up. Yep. That is the current plan. You guys can't see, but like I got them all labeled. This is number 2 stair. It says number 2 here as well, because this won't get sanded. And then I got a 1 inch. So 1 inch is the distance between the bottom of this step and the top of the next one. So that, or actually that is the, I can have a 1 inch overhang. So it's 1 1/4 inch, 1.5 inches to the next step. That way there I can make my mold and have the epoxy waterfall over the edge. Like the one I was showing you earlier, that's done. That sample piece. So, yep. Well, been on for about an hour. I figured I'll go live for about an hour or so when I'm working on this stuff. Yeah, these will be remote control. The LEDs I bought will actually sync up to your cell phone. You'll download the app. You'll be able to sync up his cell phone, change his color, turn them on and off. But what we're also going to do is we're going to have that breakered outlet, right? So if anything goes wrong, the breaker will pop in the outlet. But we'll also have that outlet wired to a switch on the wall. So when they're not going to be at camp, when they're not going to be anywhere else, he could just kill all the power and have everything off and not have to worry about any juice going to that particular outlet when they're out of town or in the evening, you know, they're going to bed, just turn the lights off and not have to worry about it, that sort of stuff. Corinthians. Hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you're having a good day. The weather is changing. It is beautiful out. It is beautiful out. Yeah, it's beautiful out. Well, I think I'm going to jump off this live. I got to get this guy cleaned up nice, neat, and tidy. And still got carving work on the first one we were doing, so I want to get both of these done, routed out, plates made, and get these moved into the basement. Trying not to leave anything out here because we still have cold nights. I don't keep my shop heated 24/7. I only heat it when I have specific projects, and so I won't be pouring epoxy in the shop this time of year. And I don't want these getting in sub-zero temperatures. Like I said, I'm afraid the wood will shrink around that epoxy and crack. So, but I'll continue to keep you guys updated. Hopefully, I don't know. I'm trying to do these in increments of 5. We got, 15 steps, and so I got to hoping to have the last one finished carved by Sunday. If probably not today. It's already 3. We'll see. And then get them seal coated with a coat of epoxy, and then maybe Tuesday we will go live and we'll carve some bears on Tuesday. And then I'll have to get back into doing stairs probably Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Because over the course of the next 3 weeks, I want all 15 steps carved, seal coated with epoxy. I want the tube in place. It's got to be glued and siliconed in place so we don't have any leaks for the LED lights that'll run around each and every stair. And so that's what I'm thinking right now. Of course, I say I'm going to leave, and YouTube pulls their gimmick of, oh, you're going to get off this live? We'll send you 55 viewers. Whatever. But if you're watching and you want to see some of my other pieces, I've got available stuff in that shopping bag below. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Hit subscribe, hit the bell, hit all, so you guys don't miss future lives and uploads. And who knows, maybe this summer we'll get back into, I don't know, creating how to carve videos. Like how to carve a bear. We've never done that before. Just kidding. But for real, we'll probably do more of those. This job, though, is my main focus right now. But, yeah. No, it's all right. Daryl, it's going to upload. I'm going to let this live upload so everybody can watch it later. You'll be able to go back and watch it. because I'm just going to hit upload. And there it is. I try to upload all my lives because we have people that are hours ahead, hours behind, and even days ahead. And so, you know, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, that'll happen. I still mess up carpets. It happens. But I appreciate you guys watching. Actually, I'll show you that sample quick because Daryl just jumped on. Let me show you the hopes and the dreams of the end products here. Working on that curly here. A chainsaw, pine, epoxy, and a hope and a dream. These are about 30 pounds each, I bet you. Pretty darn close. So this is a sample piece of the stairs we're working on. Someone else designed and built these. And, well, they built the staircase with the big chunks. This was a sample with some leftover that they had. So I carved it out. Deep poured epoxy in here. Put real river stones in there. It's a little tough to see probably due to the glare. But they are in about 2.5 inches of epoxy. It'll waterfall over each step, but each step's not going to be able to that much of a waterfall. It'll be anywhere from 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches overhang. And then there is a lip carved all the way around, LEDs tucked underneath the shoreline, and so every step will be able to get lit up. And then yeah, we have to see what other fun and exciting things the customer wants to put in each stair other than stones. We discussed carving up some of my trout, like the cherry burl trout I've done, or walnut trout, putting those in some of the stairs. I know he has some personal items, family mementos, memorabilia sort of stuff we were discussing, maybe putting in some of the stairs. But I figured, you know, there's no point in asking him and getting all that detailed stuff up front until we get them carved and we get ready to do that. I don't like trying to keep customer stuff on hand until I'm ready to use it. Things happen, you know. This is going to be a piece in the house. This is going to be a 15-stair spiral staircase in a camp up in the Adirondack Mountains. So it'll go from the first floor down to the bar or man cave area, and they'll spiral around a tree trunk. It'll be pretty neat. So it will be an inside piece. This will get finished kind of about like that one there. It's a camp, so it's very rustic. It's very big. Very, in the scheme of camps, it will be a very high-end sort of place. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna jump off this live so that I can turn my back and just carve like crazy and get some of these done. But I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day. Be sure to hit subscribe, hit that bell, hit all so you don't miss future uploads. Keep an eye out. We'll be going live maybe tomorrow, probably Tuesday. We'll see what happens. Have an awesome rest of your Saturday, guys. I'll see you later.